Okay, good people. Yeah, welcome to the weekend analysis. So it's ASAM Forex again, and actually, as usual, every weekend we try to do analysis of the market to provide a projection of the market for the coming week. Now, it is mainly a 5 days market move, but actually, now changes can occur in between the week. So now some immediate trading updates, they are shared on Telegram. So make sure that you follow our Telegram channel. So link is on our video description. You can click a link and join our Telegram channel for frequent updates. Yo, so that's how things go. And I do breakdown of the market in 4 different time frames, but sometimes I can go beyond and dig deeper in lower time frames to see specifically what is exactly expected to happen. So I'll begin with the monthly time frame, even though we still have like 8 days to go. Yeah, we have 8 trading days to go, you see. So now this monthly candle is going to close within 8 trading days. But actually, how it is looking now, it shows that sellers they are here. It shows that sellers they are in because price opened up strongly, pushing up, and then sellers came in, and even now sellers they are dominating. And at the same region previously there, you see now sellers come in again. And if I turn on my drawings, you can see a lot of information here. So you can see, yeah, there are a lot of rejections. Now we have 3 rejections, the triple rejections here from the top. At the same time, I have added the trend line. Now I have talked about those rejections for over a month now. It is like 2 to 3 months, I think. I've been talking of the triple rejection since when price was approaching this level. I was talking about having the triple touches. But in addition to that, I have added this now. This week, I have added this trend line, you see. So actually, price has been touching this several times. Now it was bullish, moving above the trend line, you see. Now bullish, moving above. Then here, successively, price broken the trend line. So currently, it's moving. Now it started moving below the trend line. So now it came again to the trend line, now touching it again. So trying to break it, but it was rejected. Even this month now it tried to break it, but rejected again. So actually the story here is now price is trading below the trend line, and this movement to the upside was just a retest. So actually in the monthly time frame, we're looking forward for price to build a clear selling trend now. So we're looking for building a clear selling trend because we still see some battles here between buyers and sellers they are most likely to win the battle. So that's what's happening. So we have to watch for the remaining 8 days if this candle is going to close with a rejection as usual. Then moving to weekly time frame, we go down. So in weekly time frame, what I see there is we have this trend line here. We can talk of this one. Now this is minor in relation to that monthly trend line. So now you can find that now price is doing the same thing along this trend line. And as I've been saying several times that we have to trust the trend lines as long as we draw them perfectly. So price is going to respect them. So you can find that now price touched here, then the second touch, third touch, fourth, and everything. So all of the remaining touches were just, touches were trying to break up, then close below, break, close below. So this still indicates that now this trend line is holding true for price to remain below this level. So that's the story. And at the same time, I can add the idea of this blue trend line here. You see the blue one? We have blue trend line here. So the idea about this blue trend line, price was trying to touch above below above below. So it created a certain level where it was respecting here. But now this weekly candle has successfully broken and closed below this trend line. So now this provides the idea that this trend line has lost ability to support the price above it. So currently price is moving below the trend line. So what are we looking forward is just next week we may have retest to the upside because this week has broken. So next week can retest this trend line. After retesting the trend line, so we can proceed to the downside. And in addition to trend lines, you can see now we had this rejection here. We had a sort of indecision in between, and then we have a bearish candle. So now after indecision, then bearish candle after. Now this indicates that now sellers won the battle around this region here. So if sellers win the battle, so we are looking for a clear bearish trend being formed in the coming weeks. So now this forms a sort of an evening star. For those who knows the candlestick patterns, I'm sure they see a sort of evening star here, even though we have some wicks to the upside, wicks to the downside, but the bodies of the candles suggest what we call the evening star. That is the clear indicator of selling momentum. That is how things goes. Then I'll go to daily time frame. I'll go straight to daily time frame. Now in daily time frame, what we see there is just we have expanding diagonal thing, so that is clear, and we have a trend line below here, so price is approaching the trend line, and at the same time we have this level down here, so price is approaching this level. So what we are looking for is price must, it's not necessary by the way, but it's most likely that price is going to touch this trend line and this level here. So after touching this, it may bounce to the upside. So we still expect this gap to be filled. You see, we still expect this gap to be filled in daily time frame. That's very basic. But now remember, as I'm going deep, I'm going to provide a specific startup for the coming week. Now, what do we expect on Monday? So I'm going to provide in the remaining time frames now. So before going down in the low in other remaining time frames, I can share information about news. Remember, what I'm providing here is technical analysis. So technical analysis has nothing to do with the fundamental analysis or fundamentals. So basically, you must watch the fundamentals and don't trade during news hours. So now this week actually has, next week now has got news on Tuesday to Friday. So it is Tuesday to Friday, the high impact news now. They are from Tuesday to Friday. So remember, having news provide significant moves. Actually, they are very important. So those clear days like this one on Monday, actually they can have slow movements. But the news days, they have that big moves. But actually remember, if the move is against your projections, you're going to lose. And if you just news align with your projections, you're going to make it big. So make sure that you trade outside news hours. So that's very basic. Remember to watch the calendar and note down the news hours. So we go down, now we're in a daily time frame. So in the daily time frame, we can have the idea of this lower channel of the expanding diagonal. So now last week we were looking for price maybe to be rejected above now inside this trend line, or the lower channel, but it has successfully broken the channel. So it is clearly indicating that we are down. It is clearly indicating we are going to have a clear bearish momentum being created in the near future in daily time frame. So that's the idea. And then in the 4-hour time frame, we can have a clear market outlook, you see. So basically in the 4-hour time frame, we can have a sort of 5-wave move down now. You see the 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're looking forward for the 5th wave to be completed. We're looking forward for the 5th wave to be completed. So that's the basic idea in all the remaining time frames now. In all the remaining time frames, we're looking forward for the 5th wave now to be completed. So from there, when the price is completing the 5th wave is when it is going to fill the gap as said in daily time frame. In daily time frame, I said we still have some gap for price to cover in order to touch the trend line and this level here, the support level here, and then it's going to bounce the upside. So that's very, very basic. So now on opening of the market, we have to watch for price now maybe touching this trend line, moving up a little bit, touching the trend line, and then proceed to the downside. So selling trades, they are most important on the few days, those first days of the week. And then once price has already moved to the level of 1930 something there, 35, 34, when the price has already touched those levels there, we can watch now for buy opportunities, and actually we will be buying to the level below 2000. Make sure that you buy to the levels below 2000 actually. You see, so you can take some trades right here and you go with them, mostly trade to around 1990 something, trade to around 1992. Yeah, then you put your stop loss. Now your stop loss, it should not be that big. You can put your stop loss around 1924. Once price is already trading around 1937, yeah, that is all. So that's how we're going to do in the coming week. But basically, we will start with sale. We'll start with the sale opportunity, whereby we'll be selling to around the levels of 1938, and that way. So that's how we're going to trade, yeah, next week. So that is all. So make sure that you put your comment. If you have any suggestion, you can put your comment in the comment section, and also you can share this video if you think it's useful, and also like and share, subscribe this channel if it is your first time visiting ASAM Forex TZ. So that is all. So thank you and have a great weekend.